Welcome, folks. This is Tom O'Brien of TFNN. We go 5 days a week. We go 10 hours a day. We go 24 hours a day on the internet at TFNN.com. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. Hope everyone's having a great day, safe day. Let's make it a great night, folks. Be impeccable with your word. Manifest your true intentions, regardless of what language you speak. Your intent will be manifest through the word. What you dream, what you feel, what you really are will be manifested through what? Through what you say each and every day. Market-wise, let's take a look at it out here. We had the Dow Industrials close down 74. NASDAQ up 3. S&P's down 1.5. Gold contract down $1.60, trading at $12.19 an ounce. Silver up 2 pennies, $15.45 an ounce. Light sweet crude down 22 cents, $66.72 a barrel. Notes and bonds, they both caught a bid, folks. Going to be intriguing watching the CPI come out tomorrow morning. We have the 10-year note up 8 ticks, 119.24. 30-year bond up 27, 143.15. King dollar. King dollar up 560 ticks, trading 95.450. Now, here's some divergence, okay? Bottom line is that you have King dollar got over the high of 95.440, closed over the high. Now, you had light volume there. The differential would be like when I put all three of those together, I mean the 10-year note, 30-year bond, King dollar, CPI coming out. The note and bond market is saying that the CPI is going to be light, because the bottom line is that what you have there is that that market is saying that the Federal Reserve, regardless of how many times they keep telling us that they're going to keep raising the short-term interest rates, well, the market itself is buying the 10, is buying the 30. The other side of that, of course, is that with King dollar going up and taking out the high of 95.440, that is saying that, guess what? That CPI might come in hot, and King dollar is going to keep going higher, because the Federal Reserve, if the CPI does come in hot, what the Federal Reserve is going to have September 26th is the next Fed meeting. That's all at 90%. Let me see. I believe it's 97% actually. Probability that they're going to go up on rates. Now, what you have after that is you're at 94% that the Federal Reserve is going to go up on the 26th of September. After that, you do not have your 10%. Of them going up at November. December, however, has gone up to 61%. You know, we'll see those numbers change tomorrow morning. Those numbers change quite a bit. You know, they can change, and they can change very quickly. But there's the divergence that we do have out there in the marketplace. As we come into the close out here today, you basically had a small sell down, nothing heavy. But bottom line, couldn't hold price. Contraction in volume in a huge way. We had the 3Qs try to get into their high. The 3Qs did 18 million shares versus 36. That's saying there's no buyers. And that's also saying to me that we just may have run out of juice inside the NDX 100 as well as the NASDAQ composite. Because what we do have is this. See, if we look inside the NDX, we had some good movers inside the NDX today. You know, you had MELI, that was up 11.5%. You had Express Scripts up 3.7%. Monster Beverage was up 2.6%. You had Charter Communications up 2.3%. But that's not going to do a thing for the NDX 100 because of the fact that it's a modified capital-weighted structure. Apple was up $1.63. Apple's still the big mover inside the NDX 100. Amazon was up $12. That's not that's good, but still not enough to basically move it off the needle. Google's up $3, still not enough to move it off the needle. Now, the reason it wasn't enough to move it off the needle has to do with the hits on the way down. You had NetEase down 10.9% inside the NDX. You had Seagate down 7.3%. You had Mylan Pharmaceutical down 6.6%. And you had Priceline.com down 5%. Those are monster numbers, folks. So when you take a look at the aspect of the NDX 100, the larger modified capital stocks went down much more than the Apples and Googles of the world. Big number. Small caps also failed on price and volume. IWM got up to a price point today of $168.71. Got over the highs of Tuesday, closed underneath them. You did a 9.8 million versus 15 million. And by the way, the 15 million was short volume. That was going against 28 million, and we're actually going against 37 million. So what you're going to see out here in the aspect of the small caps, that couldn't basically handle price either. Dow Industrials, inside the Dow Industrials, what we had, the culprit, they sold us down into the close out here today. They sold it down about 40 points at about a heartbeat. That doesn't take much, though. All you have to do is sell Boeing, which they did. Boeing put 27 negative points into the Dow. Goldman put 17. 3M put 16. IBM put 14. United Health and Apple, as well as Dow, that put the positive points into the Dow Industrials. We go over to the gold contract, and we look at the gold contract, and this is where it's going to get wild because gold contracts still having a hard time holding price. We got to a price point today of $12.2560. We've done 226,000 contracts. It's not bad, not great though. Bottom line, I expect you're going to see this volatility continue inside the gold market. Silver, let's go to silver and see if we can pick up anything with silver. Silver market out here today, that was up 2 pennies, $15.46. Now, silver, bottom line, I like how it's traded. Silver right now, you did have a small expansion of volume. You're at the higher end of the range. It just may be that silver's going to basically save the metal market tomorrow morning because silver does look like it wants to trade up to the $15.70 level. If we go back over to that King dollar, I want to see how this traded out right into the close because we got to, you got the pop into the close. Someone actually, we were at 15,000. Someone went in there with 2,000 or 3,000 contracts. I'll actually bring this up. Well, it wasn't that many. Let's see, 14. Yeah, it was just a lot of, they were banging 30 contracts at a time. And that makes sense because I've traded this dollar index, and most of the time on each side of the bid and offer, there's normally about 50 contracts on each side. This is Tom O'Brien. This is TFNN. You stay right there, folks. Coming back with our man, Mr. Basil Chapman, growling and prowling with you. Dow Industrials closed down 74. NASDAQ up 3. S&P's down 1.5. We'll come right back.